tips and tricks with us on how to slay the holidays. So I hope everyone is doing well. I hope your Thanksgiving went well. I wonder what you all had to eat. Drop it in the comments what everybody ate. I actually cooked a few things myself. Let's see, a Mississippi pot roast. I did I did a Mississippi pot roast. I did some cabbage, and I also did sweet potatoes. And so I brought them. We'd had like a big potluck dinner. So those were my three items to bring. But if you guys, cooked something or ate something really good, drop it in a comment. What did you cook? What was your favorite dish of the day? Who did a good pastry or a good sweet potato pie? I had a really good lemon meringue pie, and it was the best thing ever. So drop it in the comments. Let's hear how Thanksgiving was and what you guys ate. I'm trying to get Kat in here. Give me one moment, guys. But hopefully everyone enjoyed their day and just enjoyed, that time, most importantly, with family and friends and just the opportunity to connect. Okay, one second, guys. Kat will be with us shortly, just figuring out some technical difficulties. Things sometimes happen. So let me see. Okay, so Kat should be with us shortly. But again, hopefully you all enjoyed the opportunity just connecting with family and friends. Hopefully the food was good too. But no matter what you ate, hopefully that time with family and friends was the best part of not just the meal, but the day. I think sometimes we get so caught up in, just that hustle and bustle, and running around that we can sometimes look over what's important. Oh, we got a comment. Good morning, Lisa. How are you, dear? Let's see. She says, hello, ladies. We had our Thanksgiving catered. Ooh, when in doubt, pinky out. Okay. But she said no one felt like cooking. Everything was delicious. Well, that's great, Lisa. I'm glad you enjoyed your catered Thanksgiving dinner. And without further ado, da, 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 da,
Hey
here she
guys.
is. It's
Hey
Kat
guys.
Harvey.
I love technology. It's just,
Yes.
it does what it does. It's wonderful. Good
Mhm.
morning, Lisa. How are
Good
you, dear?
morning.
It's been a while.
Yes, yes.
We're not going to talk about what I had for Thanksgiving dinner, but
Mm,
yeah,
okay.
it was interesting.
Okay. Okay.
It
You know,
was,
I was just saying that, no matter what we ate, sometimes we get caught up in the hustle and bustle of, that holiday rush and just having to have things ready and prepared. And while there's a beauty in that, the real essence of Thanksgiving or the holiday season is just that quality time with family and friends.
absolutely. So my quality time for Thanksgiving was a lot of rest and just being thankful. Um, I have,
Wow.
many of you know I have a 20 some year old son, and
20 some.
and we had reservations, and yeah, so we missed the reservations,
It's okay.
and I had a slice of pizza
Yes. Yes. Yes.
left over from the
Yeah.
day before.
Ah, yes.
Oh, but I am grateful and I am very thankful because at the end of the day, I did have a friend who brought food over to my house. So I am just thankful for people who love
Mm,
me and care about me. You know,
yes.
it's like I want to sleep till tomorrow. That was my plan for Thanksgiving. That was
Yes.
the plan.
Yes.
But in
I
all
love
things,
it.
give thanks, you know. So I just thank God that I'm actually here today. In July, I had a medical issue. So I'm just so grateful and so thankful for each of you,
Yeah.
for your love, for your support. Just being here today, my beautiful co-host that I could not do anything without. I just love you, A Christine, so
I love
much.
her.
And we're just thankful. So the holiday
Mm.
to me was about being
Mhm.
thankful and
Yeah.
just knowing that people do love you in spite of,
Yes.
so that's the big thing for me. So I'm very excited about our Holla Slay, as we're gonna holla slay this year. We have a
Yes.
series that I'm sure you talked about, the different series that we have going on, and everyone
Yes.
that will be coming to the show. I am excited that they will be there. So today, we have this fabulous makeup artist. I mean,
Yes.
she is the bomb.com. Like, yeah,
Yes.
I love her. We know many, many makeup artists, but this is one that I was like, hey, Christine, where is she? This is the one
Yes.
that I want for the show. Like, this is the one,
Yeah.
because even though I've only met her one time
Mm-hmm.
in real life,
Mm-hmm.
it was such an impact, and I just love the way that she takes care of your face and her light and all these other things. So you know her better than I do. So I'm gonna let you do the introduction.
You know what? And honestly, the funny thing is, Jasmine and I met through like a networking business event where we were all vendors together.
Nice.
And while we have a good relationship, we really have not been in person, not too many more times than
Wow.
you. Yeah, you would think that maybe we have, and she's probably backstage laughing now, but I think I've only been face to face with our beautiful Jasmine
So funny.
two, three, I think three times. Three
Wow.
times. Um, but since then, anytime that I, am looking to refer makeup artists, Jasmine is like one of the first names that I give to this day. Uh, she just
Okay, so hey Christine, I told you technology is wonderful. So we're going, without any further ado, we're going to
there
bring.
we go.
Oh, you're back. We're going to bring
Yeah,
on
we're back.
Jasmine.
Let's bring on Jasmine before our technology goes out again. Nevertheless, Jasmine Anthony coming on to the stage. Give us some tips on how to slay
The holidays. Okay, so
Oh my God.
we
Thank
have
you
to
so much for
finish each
having
other's
me.
thoughts.
Right. Thank you so much for having me. It is a pleasure to be
Okay.
here. I watch you guys a lot more than you know.
Thank
So
you.
I'm just happy to be
arts.
here. So thank you guys for
Thank
that.
you.
Thank you.
Yes, holidays. Whew, holidays. I'm gonna say it's somewhat busy, but somewhat not busy for me.
Okay.
Majority of the time, like prom and wedding season are like super busy. But the holidays are more of a glam, but a soft glam at the same time. So you could do it up or you
Mm,
could do it down. You know, it could go either way for the holidays. It's just a personal preference for people on how they want to look for the holidays.
right,
So,
Right.
right.
but definitely take care of skin first before any makeup can be applied. Skin is always first.
I
Can you
love.
tell us a little bit about that?
Yes. Yes.
So, I'm an esthetician, so skin is first for me. Now I would say, especially during the colder times, definitely want to have your face moisturized if you suffer from dry skin. Keeping a good heavy moisturizer on hand, especially if you clean your face morning and night. Definitely moisturize right after. And sometimes people have to moisturize throughout the day as well, if they
True.
have severe dry skin.
Mhm.
For those who have slightly oilier skin, something lightweight. And most of the time, people think that, oh, if I have oily skin, I can't put on any type of moisturizer. No, you still need moisturizer. Just because it's
Mm.
oily does not mean that you don't need to put some type of good moisture into your skin. So you still need a moisturizer, even if you're oily.
So then I have a question for our oilier girls.
Mm-hmm.
Would you suggest that they maybe, pat with maybe like even like a paper towel or tissue, something that just takes off that top initial layer of like the oil that their skin is naturally or that their body is naturally making, and then moisturize with the good moisture? Or would you just say just layer it right on top, let it soak in, and then go from there?
That definitely. Um, so are you asking for like after makeup is on or before makeup is on?
Well, actually, that's a good question. So before and after, because so before, if the skin is important, if they're oily, before putting on their makeup, should they pat their natural oil down and then moisturize or not?
So my recommendation is before makeup, always have a clean face before you start to put makeup on because you're just going to keep adding that dirt and bacteria on top of dirt and bacteria. So I suggest clean face first, then moisturize and let that moisturizer sit on your face for just a little bit. And then before you put your makeup on, you need a primer. So that primer definitely helps so that oil does that. Not so much oil comes through the makeup, and the
Mm,
primer acts as a barrier between your skin and the makeup. So it helps to cut down on like breakouts, especially if you have to wear it every day for work or whatever job that you're doing. That barrier between your skin and the makeup definitely helps to minimize breakouts as well.
So,
okay.
so Jasmine, I have a question for the dry skin girls.
Okay.
Come on.
So I know in the like my routine, over I guess I guess I've been doing it now for about a year. So I usually wash. I'm a Clinique girl. Shout out
Mm-hmm,
to
mm-hmm.
Clinique.
Shout out to Clinique.
So
They
I
number
do,
one.
I do the cleanser, right?
Mm-hmm,
And then after that, I do the toner,
mm-hmm,
right? And
mm-hmm.
then I just do the moisturizer surge,
Yes,
and
yes.
then I'm going for the day. Like that's my routine because
And
I'm
that's totally fine. That is
okay.
totally fine.
Okay.
I suggest as long as it's a hydrating moisturizer, you're good.
Okay.
There are some moisturizers that are fairly not as thick or they're kind of thin, and so they'll sit on your face for a little bit. And then especially if you have dry skin, it's gone probably within an hour. So you might have to sometimes reapply the moisturizer throughout the day, depending on how severe your dryness
Uh,
is.
Mm,
Um, like I use um, the CeraVe or the Cetaphil.
yeah.
okay.
Those are good moisturizers as well. Clinique has a good, I can't recall the name of the Clinique one, but they have a good one as well. And
Yeah.
anything that has hyaluronic acid in it is
Yes.
very good.
It has
Very,
that.
very
Agreed.
good.
It has that.
Agreed.
And
Yeah.
then one of my when I got my makeup done before she introduced me to a moisturizing tint.
Tinted moisturizer, yes.
Yep.
Hmm.
So
Those are good as well.
so I'll do that sometimes as well, just to, you know.
And the
when I
tinted moisturizer gives a light coverage, but also has more moisture than the actual foundation in it. So it's not going
Yeah.
to give you a whole lot of coverage if that's what you're looking
nope.
for. That's definitely not what you're looking for. It's not going to give you much coverage, just a
Mm-mm.
very light layer, but it's more
Yeah.
for moisture than anything.
Yes, so
Yeah.
I am the natural girl, so that is perfect for. That's what she was like. This is perfect for you
Yep.
because I like
Yes.
Hmm.
all things natural. I like So Jasmine, talk about you started doing a live teaching people how to do
Yes.
makeup, and they could grab a sip of wine and do this
Yes.
makeup with you. I love this. So talk
Yes. Jasmine.
So
about
it's
that and
called,
how often you do that. I love that.
I call it the sip and slay. So I just come on and I tell my ladies, hey, grab your glass of wine or whatever you want to drink for that evening. I stay wine just to, start off slow. But yeah, they
Yes.
come in and I just pretty much go through step by step applying makeup. And then certain weeks I'll do different categories. So like one week we did concealer and foundation. Then one week we did
Mm.
just straight eyeshadow. Another was straight eyelashes. So I just
Yes.
come on at least once a week, if life ain't lifing, to
Agreed. I get it.
and most of the time I like to ask my audience, what is it that you're looking to learn? Because not
Mm.
everybody wants to do a full face. I just want to be better with my eyebrows. I want to be better with my eyeshadow. I want to
True.
know different lip combos. So I try to ask and put it out there in my posts like, hey, what do you guys want to learn this week? Or what are you interested in this week? The thing that I've gotten more than anything is the eyelashes, how to apply the false eyelashes, and concealer. Because a lot of people know what concealer is, but not really know where to put it or how to apply it in regards to going with foundation or not foundation. Because you can use concealer and not use foundation as well. So
That is
it's
true.
just a preference for the person on what they're, like I said, what look they're trying to achieve. But
Hmm.
yes, my sip and slay, like I said, I try to do it once a week. Normally it's either on a Tuesday or Wednesday, but I always post beforehand to let you guys know, when I'm going to go on and what it is that we're going to focus on for that week as well.
Okay.
Nice.
Now, Jasmine, because I see our time is going and you are sharing such great information.
Yeah,
What is a quick, and I mean, of course, everybody can tailor it to their own preferences, but for you,
absolutely.
Jasmine, as a
Absolutely.
makeup artist and esthetician, what would be a quick holiday face that's a go-to for, for your dinners, your friendsgiving parties, your Christmases with family and friends and different company parties? What's a quick face that you could build, like foundation,
So
under
I
eye,
can
lash?
definitely show you guys, like
Yes.
Show
really
us.
fast,
She's gonna do a light
what we can
slay for
do.
us. Yes. I'm
Oh,
Yes,
a light
yes,
delay. Should I
a
put the
light.
timer on, you guys?
Yes. No, don't time
Should
me,
I?
don't time me, don't time me, don't time me. Because then I can't talk. Because then I'm supposed to multitask. I can't talk to you at the same time. Don't put that pressure on me. No. Seriously, if you care, see, I thought I was prepared. I ain't prepared, y'all. I'm sorry. You can definitely speed this process up or slow it down. If you want to do more intricate details on like the eyeshadow and things like that. However, like a quick everyday 10, maybe 15 minutes, depending on your time, you could do a quick beat in and out the door. And then if you want to go out later, you can add a pop of another pop of eyeshadow onto it just to bring it out a little bit more or make it more sultry or add lashes. Because as a makeup artist, I'm not gonna lie to y'all, I don't do makeup every day. And then when I gotta put it on, I'll be like, I gotta put this on. But I'm gonna put it on, and my quick go-to, I'm 10 minutes, I'm out. I don't put on my false eyelashes. They'll be like, oh, you gotta have on lashes. No, you don't have to put no lashes. That's not required. That's a preference.
Okay.
So I'm gonna try to go through it pretty really fast for you guys. So I've already washed, moisturized my face. That's important. And
Okay.
then a quick primer. So I'm in love with this NYX marshmallow primer. And you can put it on the back of your hand or on a plate or something like that. It's a personal preference. And then I go in real fast, put my primer on. And most of the time, you don't have to put it all over. You can put it in your issue areas, like if you have dry skin on your cheeks or on your chin, you can focus more of the primer there. There are different primers. So this one is like more of a moisturizing primer, but the company Milk has a one for oilier skin that blocks the oil out. And that's a really good primer as well. But the dupe for that is the e.l.f. Primer. This is the dupe. So it's cheaper than the Milk because the Milk can be definitely very expensive. Makeup can cost.
Yes.
But there are
Yes, it can.
alternatives. There are alternatives that are cheaper for sure. So I just got my foundation and I'm just gonna dot it pretty much everywhere. And you want to put like the somewhat same amount everywhere. If it's not, it's okay. And the reason why I dot is because if you go in directly with your brush to the foundation, you're picking up a whole lot of product and then it's not going to spread evenly. So
Hmm.
I don't pick up
Important.
product with my brush. I pick up product. You can use your hand, the end of another brush, and do the same thing. It's just a preference. And then I go in with a big kind of somewhat fluffy foundation brush. There are all different kinds. You can use one that's like this. You can use a sponge. Now, with using a sponge, when you are applying foundation, you have to be mindful because a sponge soaks up product and a
Hmm.
brush will apply the product straight to the skin. So it's not going to absorb all of your product that you're trying to put on, but a sponge is going to absorb more product than put on your face.
Okay, so Jasmine, one more
That's a
time for
good
the
note.
slow kids, because I don't do makeup
No, you're
Ah,
fine. You're
at
fine.
all. So first we cleansed our skin, then
Yes,
we put our toner on or whatever,
yes,
then
yes.
our moisturizer or primer. Which walk me through it.
Moisturizer first,
Moisturizer,
and
okay.
then primer. Yes,
Then primer, okay. I'm with you
and
now. And then and then wait, foundation, primer.
then
and then foundation. Yes.
spot your foundation, then
Okay.
go in
Yes,
with the
spot.
brush.
Yep.
So dot it all over
Yep.
your face and then go in with your brush. If you don't like a whole lot of coverage and your foundation is full coverage, then you can use the sponge to kind of take
Sponge.
some of that out.
Okay.
And when you're applying your foundation, we are not doing circles. We are patting, as you've noticed. We are patting that all over and even into your brows, because then that eliminates, a lot of people like to conceal on top of the brows. I don't like that. So
Okay.
this step of putting foundation on your eyebrows eliminates that. So you don't have to
Hmm.
worry about that. And you definitely want to make sure that you brush that foundation up into the hairline and all along the chin as well. Okay.
You
Okay.
already looking. Look, she already look at
Okay.
me.
Somebody say Holly Slay.
So then we're going to go in with our concealer. I'm using the Too Faced Born This Way concealer in Mocha. There are cheaper brands. So this is the Milani as well. I do both, but one is a little lighter. So this is about 2 to 3 shades lighter for me. And this one is a little bit closer to my skin tone.
Okay.
The
Okay.
reason why I use two is because when you double it or layer it, which I'm going to show you, it gives a more seamless finish.
Okay.
So, but again, this step is optional. You can just go in with one concealer, especially if you don't like the highlighted under your eyes, if you just want to conceal. One
We
shade
do. We
lighter.
do.
So 2 shades lighter would be best. And you
Okay.
take it right underneath your eye. And we don't
Oh,
take it all the way out. We take
Ah.
it to the end of the brow.
Okay.
Jasmine, you are teaching me something. Like if you could only see how close I'm actually sitting to my camera.
And I'm like, hey, Christine, you writing down these steps?
Man.
So we're applying right under the eye. I don't know if you guys can see that very
Yes,
well.
we can see.
Yes.
Okay. And then we apply to the chin, like a spot on the chin,
Okay.
and right on the forehead. Now, the purpose of doing these 3, the nose, the chin, and the forehead, because you want to, this is what the light is going to attract. So contouring is what you want to receive, what you don't really want people to see. And then the highlight is to bring forward the features that you want people to notice.
Hmm.
So
She
for
just
this
spoke a
part,
whole word. She don't even know it. That was a word.
so for this part, you're going to just pat in your concealer. Now, the reason why I use a sponge is because I don't like really, really highlighted. I like it highlighted, but not too much. So I use my beauty blender, and this is wet. You cannot use a beauty blender dry. It is not going to go well for you. So make sure you run it under some water, wring out the water pretty good. It just needs to be damp. It's going to double up in size when it gets wet.
Okay.
Wring out the water. And then we're
Okay.
tapping our concealer in. Now look, like I tell everybody, it's a process. Trust the process. So I know I
Yes,
look
ma'am.
crazy. I look crazy, but trust the process. So going in, and I'm just patting my concealer out. And when you pat this out, you can go a little bit further past the brow with your concealer, but not too far. Don't take it all the way to the hairline, but just a little past that eyebrow.
It kind of looks like a high cheek bone,
Yes,
if that
yes,
makes
and
sense.
that's the goal. Yes, that's the goal.
Okay.
Give you a lifted cheekbone. Everything. So when you're doing makeup, we never want to blend down. We always want to blend up to bring the face up.
I knew that
for
part.
for mature skin. So now I'm going over. Let me do my nose. Sorry. So now I'm going all of the areas that I use my sponge. I'm going over it with my same foundation brush. I'm not putting any more product on it. So whatever is on my brush, I'm going in and I'm just blending out the edges of the concealer to make it more seamless.
Oh, got you. And it is blending it right into your current foundation that you already have on.
I will watch this video every day, so I learn.
You see what I'm saying, Kat? Because Jasmine, what you don't know is I have really been struggling with my under eye
Hmm.
and like the little, like the bringing the light to the under eye, like how
Yeah,
you're doing now. And I'm like, man, how do I do this? I know you can do this in like a 5 to 10 minute phase, but
yeah.
I'm just not quite grasping it. And I think now hearing you, I went way too light on my
Hmm.
concealer, thinking
Okay.
that that's what I was supposed to do, but then like blend it down. You know what I mean? If that makes
Hmm.
sense, like tone
It
it
makes
down.
sense. It makes
But
sense. So
okay,
going up 1 or 2 shades lighter. So how light did you go? 1 or 2 shades, or you went up more
girl,
than
chicken,
that?
raw chicken. I, I thought, you know what I mean? I thought that that's what I was supposed to do.
So what you can do, so you don't have to buy any more, you can mix a little bit of your foundation in with the concealer to tone it
Okay,
down,
okay.
and that'll definitely help. So you can put some concealer on, and then
Mm,
you can put like a couple of dots of your foundation to bring it down some, so it's not so
got
harsh.
you,
Yeah.
girl. I'm like, I'm milk chocolate and my concealer is like raw chicken. So I'm like, this should work, and it ain't never really quite worked out for me the way I wanted it to.
Right.
Oh, that's
So I'm going in now. You have to have a setting powder. If you are going to apply concealer, setting
Yes,
powder is a must because we crease under our eyes. So
funny.
yes.
I'm using the Lord Mercier in the shade uh, medium. This deep, deep. This is deep. So I'm
Okay,
going in with some loose powder. This Laura Mercier is a little bit more expensive. However, Huda is a good one, which might be still kind of pricey, but a cheaper one would be Black Opal. Black Opal is really good as well. And
Okay.
people be
okay.
sleeping on Black Opal. You can get Black
True.
Opal at Walmart, Walgreens,
Oh,
all of them.
Yes,
okay.
Black Opal used
So,
to be on and popping,
and they
Shout
still
out
are.
to
and
Black
still is.
They still
Opal.
are. So I'm gonna take that wet sponge that I
Ah,
used to blend out my concealer,
Hmm.
and I'm going over all of the areas that I applied that concealer, and I am pressing it into the skin. So they have this term in the makeup world called baking. I don't bake because I ain't got time. I need to put that stuff on and get to moving. So with that damp wet sponge, I'm going all over my highlighted areas and I'm pressing it into the skin.
Yes, I have a question because I do have setting
Yes.
powder. And I had a consultant, have me get the setting powder, but my setting powder is not anywhere close to your color. It is like raw chicken, basically. Uh,
What's the
but
brand of it?
the brand, I think, is it Cat? I think it's Kat Von D.
Okay.
And I
Okay.
will say, she told me to put it on light if I do, because if you go in too light or too heavy with something, then you're going to look powdery. So I
Right.
do always go light. And what it's supposed to do, it does do that. It doesn't have me creasing up and, makeup breaking apart and whatnot. But seeing your setting powder, should I switch and get something deeper? Because
I
I
would
don't go
suggest
in
going
heavy
something. Yeah, I
under
would
my eyes.
suggest because you're not doing makeup all the time and this is not something you do, I would suggest going deeper. For me as a makeup artist, I'm using deep, but I can go as light as their lightest color. And
That's
with
like what I have.
applying, so with applying something like this, and I'm going to just show you really quickly, you put it on your sponge, kind of blow the excess off,
Yes.
still applying in the same areas, correct?
Uh-huh.
And make sure you just push it into the skin. That's why I suggest the damp sponge to do
Okay.
this. You can push it lightly into the skin, and then you can go over it with your foundation brush to kind of like sweep away the excess
ah,
and then push it back
Mm,
into the skin so that it's not so harsh.
okay.
Um, your foundation brush through your whole makeup process, every step of the way, you're going to be using that same foundation brush with every step of the face. This
ah.
Okay.
is like your savior right here to blend things out to make them look more seamless. And you
Got
do
you.
this with every step, and you'll see me
Okay.
do it. At.
So,
So
wait,
go ahead.
Lisa says she was never a fan of Black Opal. What was the issue, Lisa, with the Black
Yeah, what
Opal,
was the issue?
if you don't mind? So I'll give her a minute to answer that.
Okay.
Yeah. And then also, Jazz, I just want to keep us in time in check with our time. I don't want us to run over too far.
No
So, but
problem.
you are looking fabulous
Yes.
already. And And like I'm telling you, that under eye thing, and with the because I know where to put it, but I just like you just a whole revelation for me right there. Just helped
Okay, so
me out
now
greatly.
what are you doing now, Jess?
So right now, I'm just going there with my brows. So I tell my ladies to make sure
Mm,
that they get their brows done because your brows frame the face. So it is
true.
key to have brows done. Now, if you do not have brows, because I have a lot of ladies who have thin brows
Yep.
due to over waxing or what have you, um, the microblading is good as well if you want to invest into something like that. But using a dip brow by Anastasia, so it's like a pomade.
Yeah,
So it's very pigmented. A little bit definitely goes a long way.
yeah.
And that helps to kind of draw on your brows for you with besides the pencil because the pencil can be kind of heavy, especially if you heavy handed. But using a pomade on an angle brush,
Oh,
you literally are just going with the hairs that are already there.
I
That's
like
why I
that.
tell
Mm,
people to get your if your brows are already done, all the hard part is over. You're just going along with the shape that they've already created for you.
Oh,
right.
nice. Okay.
Oh,
So
Lisa responded back. She said she thought that Black Opal was cheap, and that it just didn't apply well for her. So she's saying she's willing to try it again when she goes back to wearing makeup.
awesome. So with Black Opal, yes, it is a cheaper brand, but what people don't realize is a lot of these foundations are coming from the same manufacturer. They're just
Right.
putting different labels on it. So
Yeah.
it's all on how you use it. If you feel like it's not blending as well, it could be the tools that you're using, it could be what you're using underneath it if it's not blending well. It just all depends on the technique that you're using to apply it with.
Mm.
I have Black Opal in my kit that I use on my clients, and they're like, "Oh, is that MAC? Oh, is that this?" And it's Black Opal. I even use Maybelline, the
Oh
Fit
wow.
Me foundation. So I have some high ends, I have some cheaper brands. It really just depends on um, what I'm going for. So my top one is NARS. I'll say that. NARS is for more of like my bride special days because it gives
Okay.
more of an airbrush finish
Mm,
with that. So quickly, I'm going to go into contour. So contour is like powder.
Okay.
mm,
Go in at least maybe one, maybe two shades darker. So,
Ah.
and you're going to start here. So, the quickest thing for people that they can do when applying contour is sucking your cheeks. So,
Ah.
mm.
Okay.
that tells you where you need to put it.
Okay.
So, if you suck in your cheeks, right where it goes in is where you want to apply that contour. And
Okay.
you don't want to take it all the way down. You take it from starting from your hairline and kind of go right somewhat in the middle or where your eyebrow ends is where you want to stop your contour.
Okay.
I don't
Okay.
know if you can see that.
Yes.
Then you go
Now,
over with your phone. Go ahead.
I'm gonna say is now the contour powder. Is this also similar to using a contour stick?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Only because with the stick, that's something you would have to set. So that's why I'd rather do it with the powder. I don't have to set it one and done.
Okay.
So then I go over that just a little bit with my foundation brush, not putting anything on the brush. And other side, you're gonna sweep it on and go upwards,
Okay.
never down. So you can either go like this or you can go like this. It's a preference. Really quickly. We ain't gonna get into nose contour. Ain't got time for that. So then go over with your foundation brush. Blush is a must now. They're doing so many different things with blush, and I love it because I love blush. So they're
Ugh.
doing like full blown out blush on the
Yes.
cheeks, but you definitely have to know what you're doing. You can't just go out there and be like, "Oh, girl, you real rosy, don't you?" So you got to take your time. On it with blush. Uh-oh. Can you guys hear me? Because I lost y'all. Uh-oh.
Okay. We're back.
Oh, there we go.
Yeah,
Okay.
we can hear
So
you.
with blush, you're just going to smile and pat backwards. Smile, pat backwards. Now, after this step, I would go in and carve out my eyebrows. I could do that really fast. Now with this step, carving out your eyebrows, you can use your foundation or you can use your concealer. Again, personal preference, and I can do that real fast for y'all. All you're doing, you really just want to highlight underneath that brow bone because you want, again, the light to bring out the best features.
Okay.
So you can put it under the brow and then put it all over the lid. When you put concealer or your foundation all over the lid, it acts as a base for your eyeshadow.
I have heard
Okay.
that. That
So
is
the
true.
base, really what it is it's going to bring out those eyeshadow colors, make them more bright and more pigmented. If you just try to apply eyeshadow with nothing,
Mm.
it's just going to, kind of blend into your skin. So you need that base. I don't know if you can see that. Let me do the other side real fast. And then I'm going to show y'all my trick that confuses everybody.
Yay, we learned
Prepared,
a trick.
prepared to be amazed.
So
I wanted her screen big again.
Oh, once again, I can do it. Hold on.
okay. So I clean up my brows, and I tell people when they're filling in their brows, don't worry about those lines being perfect. If you're, having to draw them on, it's okay because you go in with the concealer and you're just gonna kind of clean that up and make it crisp with the concealer. So don't worry about trying to fill in your brows perfectly. It ain't necessary.
Yes.
All right. So now that I have that on, and again, I'm going over that with my foundation brush, but I'm going to set that. Anytime you put on any concealer anywhere, you need to set it because it will crease. Okay. And
Yeah, I'm gonna keep this episode on replay every time.
Right.
so
Oh my God.
from here, you can apply your mascara, put on some lip, and you can be out the door. Or
Okay.
put on lashes, depending on, a personal preference. If you're not good at putting on lashes, get some good mascara, coat them things up real good. 9
I
times
love it.
out of 10, if you see me outside for something special, I am not going to have on any type of lashes. I'm going to have on mascara because I can put them on, but putting them on myself, y'all, I struggle too. And I'm a makeup artist, so I ain't even going to lie to you. I struggle as well trying to put them things on. And what's crazy, my girls on my live, they know I gotta have at least a couple of sips of wine before I can put my lashes on properly.
That's so
Why,
funny.
I don't know. But I need a couple of sips of wine because it just relaxes you to put them lashes on, and then you ain't really focused on getting the lash on. You just
Yeah,
do it.
you just do it, and then it turns out looking amazing.
All right. So from here, I'll put on like a popping lip color,
Okay,
go on out the door. My
I love
trick.
it.
Oh, my trick. So you can take any brown eyeshadow shade.
Hmm.
It doesn't matter. Take a nice fluffy brush. I'm gonna go in with this one. I'm using my contour shade. So anytime you're doing eyeshadow, you dip your brush in there and then you tap that excess off. That prevents fallout. And there's
Okay,
fallout with all eyeshadows. I don't care what brand it is. It's gonna be fallout. So to prevent that, tap that brush and it doesn't mess up the rest of your face.
okay.
So you start from the corner of your eye. I'm
Hmm.
going with a little deeper one because that's not showing it. Start at the corner of the eye and you're going to blend it up into the brow. You can do the windshield wiper motions with this. You don't really have to pat, but you want to get that right in the corner of the eye, blend it up into the brow. I don't know if you
Yeah.
can see that.
Yep, we
Up
can.
into the brow. And then just kind of blend the edges out without adding any more product.
Okay.
And with this, it adds definition to the eye, and then
Already.
it gives the illusion as if I have on more than one eyeshadow when I
Yes.
don't.
I'm
So
like
that's why
already it's creating something for us.
I tell people to make sure you conceal your eyes and set it with powder. And doing this one eyeshadow trick gives definition to the eye and gives the
Wow.
illusion as if you have a whole bunch of stuff going on in your eye. You really don't.
And you really don't. Okay.
So that mascara, or if you put on a lash, put on a lash, boom, out the door. So that's my quick tip. When you don't,
Okay.
especially if you're not too confident when it comes to picking out eyeshadow colors, this right here, quick one and done. People gonna think you really know what you're doing. No, I just got this one eyeshadow color on, and that's it.
You look gorgeous. Wow.
You could put on eyeliner to really make it dramatic and bring out
Yeah.
that eye some more, but
Amazing.
it doesn't require a whole lot of makeup. And hopefully, I didn't take up too much time. But
No,
this is
you're
the quick, my everyday go-to face. This is all I do. I don't do anything else. Oh, one
wow.
thing. I like highlights. So that's my last thing. So a good highlight, it could be any brand, it's just a personal preference. When you put on a highlight, and this is a pinky shimmer, so you'll see it. I put it right above where I put that blush
Hmm.
and keep it in that area. And then I go over it to tone it down just a little bit
With
with
the
my
foundation brush
foundation brush.
again. Got you.
And it gives you that kind of glowy, iridescent kind of look when you
Yeah.
apply a highlight. To me, this is just like the icing on the cake, cherry on top when you do this step. Put on
Wow.
the tip of the nose, and we're done. Out the door.
Wow. Wow. Well, listen, Miss Jasmine Anthony has taught us how to holly slay and how to slay the holidays. This is the
That's
first
right.
episode in our new series. And so I am so grateful that Jasmine has come and taught us how to slay the holidays just like this. That was a quick
Absolutely.
10 to 12-minute face. And I'm
Hmm.
telling you, I don't think I'm the only one who will be playing this video over and over as I'm putting on makeup because you really just brought like some new revelation to the under eye and the light, just capturing the light.
Hmm.
Because for a lot of women, that's what they did. They just want to capture that light, and they're like, "How do I? What shade should I?" So
Yep.
you just bringing that clarity to a lot of these steps that are sometimes confusing has made
Hmm.
this a lot easier. Jasmine,
Absolutely.
oh my gosh, I see the man. Listen,
That's okay.
Jasmine
You gotta
is
put on a quick
going
lip
on
color.
and on.
Put a
What
quick
color
lip
are you
color.
putting on your lips?
So this was just a. Now what I do with? Oh, see if it was snake, it would have bit me. This is one of NYX's soft matte, real
Okay.
quick pop of color. You could do this. I don't know what this is. Prague. This is the shade Prague, but you can use like a soft brown or even just clear gloss. You could
Mm.
use to go out the door. It doesn't necessarily have to be a color at all, but it's just a personal preference.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Well, you all, I'm going to make Jasmine large one more time. Get a good look at her face. One moment. Let's make her bigger. There she is. Give us from one side to the other. Ladies and gentlemen, and that is how you slay double snap the holidays. Jasmine Anthony, thank you so much for
No problem.
coming
No
and talking with
problem.
us. Kat had to make a quick exit,
Yep.
but I want to thank you again so much for just being who you are and for coming and showing us how to slay the holidays. Everybody, happy holidays to you and your family. Remember to
Happy
spend that time
holidays.
with family and friends and replay this episode so we all be outside looking like this girl
Looking
here.
beat, beat,
Okay.
look beat.
Man, if we could get it together like this in about 10 to 15 minutes, okay? And especially my husband, because he's like, I want you to do that light thing, right? And
Do
he
that
points
light
at it,
thing.
and I'm like, I got you. I'm
Right,
trying. So I'm
right,
going to
right.
add a little foundation to my raw chicken
Absolutely.
concealer.
Absolutely. That way you don't have to buy no more. Just add a little foundation and it'll
I
fix you
will,
right
because
up.
it's a good brand. And when I put it
Oh,
on, there's no
good.
crease. It covers really well. But I'm like,
Good, good.
this isn't it. But nevertheless, now that I know how to slay, not just the holidays, but
Absolutely.
every day, I will be
Every
doing
day.
just that.
Every day.
Oh my goodness, Jasmine, as always, it's a pleasure. Thank you so much,
Always. No
everybody.
problem.
Uh, Thank you guys for watching today. We will see
Yes.
you all next Saturday. We have a very exciting guest who will continue to help us slay the holidays. But until then, bye bye.
Bye.